Hello everyone. Today I will be doing a tier list of every Thomas season ranked. I do not have very high hopes for this. We've had a lot of bad seasons lately, not including All Engines Go. Anyways, season 1, definite A tier. Great start to the series. Just picked 26 of the best or most iconic Railway Series stories and just threw them into a season. I've heard season 1 was filmed on a tight budget, and they did a very good job, I must say. Not much I'd really change, just maybe adapt it a bit later on, maybe like 1990-ish. But overall, it is a great start to the franchise. Nothing special, but could be worse. Series 2. Another A tier. I'll put it above season 1. We were introduced to some of the other iconic characters like Trevor and Harold. And they started adapting Chris Audrey stuff. We got our first non-Railway series story adapted, being Thomas and Trevor. Trying to think here. We got some legendary characters like Duck, Donald, and Douglas. We got the Duck and Diesel trilogy. We got Brake Van, Thomas and the Missing Christmas Tree. There was a ton of great episodes in Series 2. Overall, Series 2 is a fantastic start. Or, not start. It's a fantastic series. I also like they brought up Scrap for the first time. They brought up death. Trevor was going to die, but Edward saved him. We never see like Series 5 level of Scrap, like Stepney literally about to die, but overall it's a good episode. Next up, Series 3. I think this one is a bit overrated. I still like it, but it didn't really bring much new. We got a new narrator for each dub, and for new characters, we got Oliver, Toad, Bulgy, Mavis, City of Truro, Scotsman's Tenders, and the Chinese Dragon. The most notable thing was Oliver, which was great. And in addition, they also decided to adapt some magazine stories without giving Andrew Brenner credit. Yeah, and I must say they really just should have skipped out on Tender Engines, Gordon the Famous Visitor, and Thomas Percy and the Dragon. Imagine if we got Super Rescue. That would have been cool. But overall, Series 3's, it's good, but I don't view it as superior to the first two seasons. Series 4, S tier. Incredible sets. I like how they took the standard gauge engines, they took a backseat to introduce the narrow gauge engines, and it was plotted perfectly, you know. Start off with the Mid-Sodor episodes, then have the Four Little Engine stories, and it was plotted out perfectly. End off with Gallant Old Engine, get a weird hybrid with Rusty to the Rescue, and then rest is standard gauge stories. Anyways, next up, Season 5. The best season in my opinion. The crew didn't care if Little Timmy had nightmares because Duncan gets spooked. I don't think I can name you one F-tier episode from Series 5. There are some bad ones, like Gordon and the Gremlin, but there aren't any atrocious ones. Series 5 is incredible. Series 6. I despise this with a burning passion. Alec Baldwin didn't try. The episodes, they weren't that good, honestly, and the lighting, don't get me started on the lighting, please. For new characters, we got Salty and Harvey. Okay. Elizabeth. Eh. The Pack. AKA Money. Yeah, the Pack, most of them were just forgotten after they released half of the Jack episodes. I despise Series 6. I do not like it. Scary Jack Frost, cried James. Alec Baldwin, if you can literally scream in the previous episode, if you can have James scream and James the Red Balloon, you can actually try for Jack Frost. An absolutely atrocious season. I do not like this one. Next up, season 7. It's pretty good. I like the fact they gave us some new characters, and literally all of them except for Fergus actually appeared again, which was good. Yeah, they made changes, but they weren't big ones. They changed the narration, they changed the music score. That was about it, really, from what I can think of. They also started making new props just for money, but, you know, I mean, Emily became a main character, and Spencer was a pretty reoccurring one. I like Series 7. Most of the episodes are pretty good, but in addition, that's when they started to betray Scarlet and Rhaenys. But other than that, it's a pretty decent season. I'm actually gonna put Series 3 above Series 7 though. Series 8. Where is Series 8? I want to say this is Series 8. Series 8 is just boring. It's nostalgic, but it's boring. So I'm either gonna give it high C or low B. You know, actually low B, because the episodes weren't actually bad, per se. I mean, they didn't have the narrow gauge engines, which was a benefit, because I don't want to hear, I'm tired. Yeah, I don't want to hear that, so that was good for the era. That's what they did well. They just focused on the standard gauge engines and introduced the narrow gauge engines when they were ready for it. But aside from that, it's a pretty boring series, but I also like some of the changes they made, like having a defined cast, the runtime, the engine roll call. I must say they did duck Donald, Douglas, and Oliver Dirty. I mean, I will admit though, I mean, they could have made a cast of 12 better than a cast of 8, but I'm not sure they had the money to add extra birth certificates. Anyways, Series 9 C tier. This is where, okay, this kind of started in Series 5, but this is where the money characters, the one-timer, started appearing. I say Series 5 because Thumper, Derek, Boulder, Horde Lorries, but they only got merchandise in their prime, as with and Series 9, Neville, Dennis. Okay, I'll say this. Series 5, they gave some of their characters personalities, like Derek and Horde Lorries, but I'm not sure Neville and Molly have personalities. They're just NPCs. Dennis has one, but other than that, they're kind of eh. Also, Mighty Mac. Yeah, Series 9, it's a nostalgic one, I'll say that, but other than that, it doesn't have much going for it. Next up, Series 10. This actually gets a low B. Okay, aside from Thomas's Frosty Friend and Edward Strikes Out, it's actually a pretty decent series. Out of the new characters, Rosie, Rocky, and Fearless Freddy. Freddy never appeared after Series 12, but he was planned to, and Rosie and Rocky stuck around till the end, so they actually did something with their characters. In addition, Series 10, it was a bit of a rocky series. Still had the hit stuff, but we got some better episodes on it, I must say. And they also, this was when the Thomas merchandise and marketing was absolute at its peak. Series 11. I'm gonna put this is the best hit era season in my eyes, because this is when they started to realize, okay, there are some older Thomas fans. Let's try to make it enjoyable for everyone. Donald and Douglas came back. Duck was in a music video. We got Hector the Horde and Gordon and the Engineer. We also got Madge, pretty cool character. We did get Billy, but he was a one-timer, so I don't really complain about him all that much. And we also got Whiff. And Whiff still appears to this day in All Legends Go, so that's good. Series 11 was probably the best hit era series, and it's better than probably at my halfway point, honestly, for Thomas seasons. Season 12. Okay. I like the approach they had. They had the CGI style faces. I really liked that. I liked the new characters. Hank. Incredible basis. Incredible character. Vote Hank for president 2024. Flora was an NPC, as usual. And Colin planned to appear again. So was Hank. But no, Mattel doesn't like fun. They brought back old characters, but that was just because, yeah, we're going to be switching over to CGI soon. Why not just bring out the old props for one last time? But other than that, yeah, Season 12 was kind of just there. If Push Me, Pull You is one of the episodes in your roster, yeah, it's not going to be a very high point. It's not downright atrocious, but it's not peak. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Series 13. D tier. It's not the worst Middle Eras season. It's one out of the 4. It's probably like second. But I must say though, we got old Edward back. They brought in Charlie, which I don't like. We got introduced to Hero. The CGI, the fully CGI, which made modeling a lot cheaper. But they also reduced the character roster to like the main 8: Spencer, Hero, Mavis, Rosie, Charlie. I think there's one more. I don't remember. But yeah, they kind of just limited... Oh, Salty. They kind of just limited the characters to ones that they thought would be... that kids would be interested in. I don't think they saw a point in characters such as Murdoch when they had Gordon. And... it just overall... It's kind of at its lowest point, honestly. Series 14 is an F tier. It's garbage. I don't want to go on rambling about this, but I'm gonna say Series 15 also an F tier. The dumbest crashes. Let's make Thomas Dr. Seuss. Let's bring in Bash, Josh, and Ferdinand. Yeah, Sharon Miller, I don't know, dude. I do not know. I want to be fair, Douglas, but I don't know. I really don't know. Now, Series 16 is a bit better. It's the best Miller era series. They brought back the narrow gauge engines properly. Scarlobi's now an old man again, thankfully. They actually went to the Tahlequah Railway to look at the models, which is incredible. I actually like that they went through that effort. It's still your average Miller era season, but it's not. It's better than these three monsters. I'll say that. Series 17, low B tier. This is when they started getting back on their feet. They brought back Duck. They wanted to bring back Terrence, but he was dropped. Yeah, it felt like classic Thomas again. I don't have much to say about Series 17, except it went back to its roots. Series 18, I'm gonna put this in the high C for one very specific reason. They brought in Samson. Just bring back Neil, dude. Just bring back Neil. Please, just bring back Neil, dude. Series 19. Yeah, it's classic Thomas. I know that, but they brought in Philip. Philip is my #1 most hated Thomas character. This is also when the marketing and the merchandise started to go down. So, yeah. Series 20. Best Brenner era season by far. No, I'm putting this in A tier. This was incredible, dude. Small railway engines, Daisy, Donald and Douglas. They brought back all the old characters, or most of them. Overall, it was a great time when season 20 came out. But yeah, like I said, the merchandising was going down, so they started to think about the weirdest things by this point, but it was still Thomas. Series 21, they kicked out Edward, the bouncing, 8 episodes short. This one is going at the beginning of C tier. I'm actually gonna rank these two up. I think it was a bit too harsh, but they're nothing crazy. Actually, I'm gonna. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, these three are going in F tier. I came here to watch Thomas and his friends on Sodor, not Thomas go to India. They brought back the great race characters for money. That's it. Overall, I think... Ooh. I might lower season 13 to F. I'm gonna lower season 9 to D tier. Series 13 to F tier. Yeah, you're going at the end. I despise you. I'm gonna put 12 above 21. Yeah, I think that's good. Feel free for criticism in the comments as long as it's constructive criticism. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.